Hello, Pastor Steve Waldron here, New Life Pentecostal Church in Albany, Georgia, with the Chronicles of Dinosauria by Dave Woetzel. And Dave, he graduated with a degree in engineering in 1987 from Bob Jones University. He's been able to travel all around the world and check out different things about legends, dinosaurs, dinosaur and men, dinosaur and recent mammals, dinosaur in strata that's not supposed to be there, dinosaur in archaeology, dinosaur like the Nile Mosaic, dinosaur reports from around the world, Chinese dinosaurs, the Norse had dinosaurs, you know, the Vikings on the front of their boats, dragons we would call them, that type of thing. And so obviously these have some commonalities. Why are there dinosaurs, you know, dragons, so to speak, in China, legends, but also, you know, St. George and in Great Britain and in Europe and the Knights. So, Chronicles of Dinosauria, Dinosaur and Man from Creation to Cryptozoology, which is a thing about like hidden zoology. It's not what you just go to college and learn usually. It's things that are on the ground. It's about 85 pages, very well done, and it's Genesis Park publication, which I'm going to assume is AIG, that wonderful park that Ken Ham has done up in Kentucky. So let's look in here. It's very well illustrated. As a matter of fact, it says illustrated by Richard Dobbs. So it has some illustrations we'll look at here, but also more than just illustrations. But it's very good. So let's go into this. Let's see what is in the Chronicles of Dinosauria. Has an author's introduction. You can see some of the pictures, like this is a dragon depiction outside the Church of St. Louis of the French, built in Rome in the 1500s. There is so much. I know when I teach on this subject at IBC, it's always very popular. And when you've got people in the 1500s killing dinosaurs, and you know, you've got, where is it, the Congo, they've got missionaries say they've seen dinosaurs, these type things live in the river. It's got a specific name I can't remember. I do like this about dinosaurs in the Garden of Eden. That's kind of a unique take. But that's a neat thing right there. Let's keep going through here. He goes into the first dinosaurs. How to study dinosaur fossils. Great illustration on dinosaurs drowning in the flood. Now that's important because almost every dinosaur fossil we find, it's called the dinosaur death pose. They've got their head straight back. And that scientists would tell us that's a sign of an asphyxiation, which would be consistent with the worldwide flood. Fascinating things are going on in the realms of archaeology right now. Believe it or not, proposals are coming before NASA right now. What are these proposals? To find fossils on the moon and on Mars. Because it's considered to be, what is it, there's 200,000 fossils per square mile or something on the moon that would have happened when the Great Flood would have happened and explosions went out, what created comets and all this. But some old earthers like Hugh Ross have actually a different explanation of that. But that's just fascinating to me. So here's the prevalence of the flood. Actually, amber is one of the proofs of the flood, as are mass burial graveyards. Like in Nebraska, on high ground, they have carnivorous and herbivorous creatures all mangled together that wouldn't normally be together unless they were trying to escape some great catastrophe. We would know that as the deluge or the great worldwide flood. Noah. But amber shows this as well. That's the dino death pose right there. Got a great little thing about that. Dino death pose. Human artifacts in the lower fossil record. Scientists don't like to talk about things that don't fit their paradigm. Might as well deal with it and see if our current evolutionary assumptions, macroevolutionary assumptions, could be incorrect. So that's good stuff right there. So many things found where they're not supposed to be found. He goes into the insufficiencies of carbon-14 dating. Most people do not realize that many dinosaur bones have not been thoroughly fossilized. In 2004, the paleontologist Mary Schweitzer was examining in her lab a T-Rex bone taken from a canyon in Montana. She was shocked to discover soft, pliable tissue inside the bone. Later analysis revealed that it contained red blood cells and the unique hemoglobin protein, which deteriorates very rapidly. Surely if dinosaurs died millions of years ago, any trace of this protein would long be gone. When I do a seminar of young Earth, reasons for a young Earth, that's one of the proofs right there. So Dave has done us a great service to show us how the Bible fits in with current science. Dinosaur dragon reports, dragons of Carthage, Aldrovandus dragon. Of course, the Nile Mosaic is one of the most amazing things from the 2nd century. It's a mosaic of a dinosaur. The Ica stones, artwork from South America. This is another convincing proof, tremendously convincing proof that dinosaurs and man lived together. So this is just great. Artwork from North America. You know that lake in Mexico, I think it was. They have all kinds of different things. But these look like brachiosauruses, brontosauruses, and different genuses of dinosaurs. Artwork from the Middle East, even in Babylon on the Ishtar Gate. There is the Nile Mosaic. Great shot of the Nile Mosaic right here. I mean, ancient man was just depicting everyday life. It looks like Job, the behemoth in Job, or at least maybe a close kin. Where would dinosaurs have gone after the flood? They would have been hunted down, and with the climate different, they would have eventually died off. They're constantly, like coelacanths, they keep finding, here's a coelacanth, actually. Coelacanth was considered to be extinct for 20 million years, and they start catching them again. So you have that all over the place as well. Things once considered extinct that they find. I think it's incontrovertible that man and dinosaurs lived together. Here's what I was talking about, the McCullough in Africa, and all of the proofs of McCullough. So all of these things would be very consistent with a biblical worldview. Dinosaurs are not antagonistic to a Christian worldview. They actually enhance a Christian worldview. Part of creation there, Genesis 1:25. And would have lived with mankind. Sea serpents and swimming monsters. Here's a sonar image of something swimming underwater. Looks very much like some type of dinosaur. Right. The ropan of Papua New Guinea looks very much like a pterodactyl. I personally saw the Agapogo phenomenon from a boat in the summer of 2011, which is fascinating. Looks a lot like people say that the Loch Ness Monster looks like. All right. Well, serpents in the Bible, apologetics, and the conclusion of the matter. So, a lot of end notes. He's just done a good job. I really like this book. It's concise. It's an easy read. It's well illustrated. So, great book to read about dinosaurs and man and living together. Recent dinosaurs. Remember, reptiles, they never quit growing. So even today, think if reptiles would have been living 900 years of age like man was, they never quit growing. What would a croc look like? What would an alligator look like? Anyhow, God bless you. Keep living for Jesus Christ.